The purpose of the Un-convoluted Hierarchy Podcast is to help you better understand your work environment as I break down my own experiences as mid-level management of road construction. Greetings, navigators, and welcome back to the Un-convoluted Hierarchy Podcast. I am your host, Kenny Rogers.
Come on, man. Sit the fuck down.
In the Word Up segment of the show, we introduce a new word or a word hardly used in everyday speech. Word Up. LARP, a type of interactive role-playing game in which the participants portray characters through physical action, often in costumes and with props. I'll be Brad Pitt. I guess that makes me Angelina Jolie. Oh baby, you look delicious like a plate of cupcakes. Thank you. Boy, oh boy, the naughty things I am going to do to you. You have an energy that radiates. Everyone has an energy that others can feel. A stranger can enter a room and make you want to smile, or run without saying a single word. Some of you are in a workplace where people smile in your face, but the reality is they absolutely hate you, and you can feel it. You've heard the gossip about you that is nowhere near the truth of what you have shown. Now you feel the need to not just show who you are, you want to prove you're not what they say you are. You lie in bed, awake, wondering if what you feel is real or just your imagination. If the hate you feel is real, your sleep is even more disturbed as wondering turns into worry. What did I do? I'm nice, I do my job, and I'll help you with yours. I don't bother anyone, but people won't leave me alone. You've had intentions to make a difference at every job you've ever had. But now you just want to fade away. Keep your head down and mouth closed. You quietly do your job, thinking out of sight, out of mind. You may or may not be out of sight, but you're always on their mind. Your presence alone disrupts their peace. Again, your positive energy radiates, and they feel it just like you feel their negative energy. They too lie awake at night, thinking about you. They're thinking about me? Why? I've never done anything to them. You have done something to them. You have done the worst possible thing without knowing it. Your work ethics, your presence is a bright light in a dark work environment. The presence of you shines the light on what they are not. By simply being there, doing what you are getting paid to do, exposes the ones who hate you for what they got away with before you arrived. Your altruistic nature is opposed to their nature. LARPs hate you because they want to be you, but they don't know how. By not knowing how, all they can do is learn from you. There will be no reciprocity, yet they will repay you with more hate, lies, and sabotage. Here is a clip of my experiences from my audio-video diary. This is going to sound crazy, a little. It's going to sound narcissistic, but it's not. There are some of us that we have such a positive energy and work ethic other people can't quite understand it because it is not them. Some of us just want to make a difference in any environment we find ourselves, especially at work. We come in, we do our jobs, we help other people, we crack jokes, we laugh, we smile. That can rub people the wrong way. And the reason why it can rub people the wrong way is it is not naturally in their nature to be kind. Throughout my life, I've been in circumstances or work environments, and truthfully speaking, and many people can resonate with what I'm saying, I was always the odd man out. And quite honestly, this resonates across my entire life. I remember from childhood, being the outcast and being different. Some of us, we're all born with a predisposition of genetically given energy, if you will. And some of us have this natural way of being altruistic, being givers, being friendly. It's almost like doing wrong or treating someone unfairly or unkind. It's like foreign to us. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't compute, and some of us can recognize these traits from childhood. It could be with friends that you've come up with. Like, I've had friends, as a young adult, and they would cheat on their girlfriends. They would cheat, on their wives, or they would, do mischievous things to get ahead at work. And me, in my naive thinking, is like, what are you doing? You can't do that. And I'm that guy. It's like outwardly that's wrong. Why are you doing that? Because I'm thinking about how the other person would feel if the shoe was on the other foot. You know what I mean? What people give out is what they complain about whenever they receive it. And it's for instance, let's keep it in the realm of a relationship. My friends, and I would even ask them, which made me an outcast even then. I said, well, what if it was her? Oh, my girl better not ever cheat on me. Oh, no, man, I'll leave her and kill him type of nonsense. But it's like, what if they feel the same way? And oftentimes people do, if they were to ever find out. You can be at work. All you want to do is your job. But then you try to be honest, like, say, for instance, timesheets. Even now, there are guys that pad their timesheets. It's like, you did not work 10 hours. You may have been here for 7 hours, but you put down 10 hours, man? What are you doing? I get it, and I stay out of other people's affairs, but that's just an example of the nature of people. If it's family, if it's friends, if it's at work, relationships. But it's about energies. Again, I say, from very young, it would just blow me away that someone would steal somebody else's, crayons or stuff, or they would do mischievous things, and it just didn't make any sense to me for a very long time. On the other hand, people, the mass majority of people, I'm the stranger. I'm the odd guy. I'm like the guy who's like, dude, everybody does this. You know, I've had a guy tell me once before, he was joking around. It was a guy at a store, and he was talking about the women that he has. And then I didn't know him at all. And then, he just turned to me and was like, yeah, everybody got a side piece. Everybody has another woman. And I just looked at him calmly and told him, no, that's not true. And then I got looked at with cross eyes. And I'm expressing this is because it's an energy. You can walk in a room and know this is not a good place. Everybody's done this before. Well, I can't say everybody, but most people they've done this before. They've seen someone, met someone, and immediately knew that's a good human being right there. Or that's a bad person and we should go. We all have this, I want to say gift, but your energy is the most important thing I want to talk about right now. Women have seen other women. A woman that's cute, beautiful, in a nice dress can enter the room of some function, and immediately there could be a group of women in a corner somewhere hating on her, trying to find something wrong with her, although she brightens up the freaking room. They don't even know that girl. They don't even know this woman. And that woman has no idea that they're even talking trash about her. It is because of an energy. It's because of radiating appearance. It's because you just have a thing. Again, I say someone can walk in the room at the same event and you're thinking, okay, we got to get out of here, because that energy about them is, you just sense that negativity. You just sense that mean evilness just spewing out of their pores. This very same thing happens in all dynamics of life. This very same thing happens at your job. You may be in a very good, peaceful environment, but if you're watching this video, chances are you're not. You want answers, because all you want to do is come in, laugh, joke, do your job, and go home. That's all you want to do. But you find yourself wondering, what the hell? What did I do? What did I do? You can't understand why you feel what you know to be hate. It's because they're not you. It's because now that you're here, I have to do more. Now that you're here, if they were doing their jobs or not, they have to do more, because you make this look easy. You are gifted with like great ideas. You don't complain about things that's not that big a deal, but it's like the whole world is coming down around them if they have to deal with any difficulties whatsoever. You just want to figure it out and get around it. They want to pass it off onto someone else or ignore it. But now that you are here and you just functioning in your natural way of being, functioning in what would be seen as naivety, in the eyes of other people, is actually wisdom, a natural wisdom, but it is a naivety if you don't understand everybody's not like you. It took me up until about 35 years old to really understand that people really don't understand. Things that's simple for me and things that may be simple for you are a big deal to someone else because they are not thinking. They don't want to think. They don't have the energy to think. It is not in their DNA. It is not in their nature to think, to be kind, to help. They want to stay at this baseline energy and prosper. But whenever you are the evidence of what it is and what it takes, and there is a higher level of energy, that disrupts their ecosystem. And they hate you for it. You probably experienced this before. I've walked in rooms, didn't know anybody at all. In fact, the very construction project that I'm on now, I've walked in and just felt the energy of their hate. And I know that I'm a nice guy. I'm a good guy. I do my job. I'm supportive. I help. I tell the truth. And that is another thing. Telling the truth is not always a combative action, but it seems combative to people who are usually prone to lie. People who are usually prone to dance around a particular question or give reason or an explanation of why something is not done or why something happened. If you ask me, I'm feeling good because I'm going to tell you the truth, and we're just going to get to the bottom of it and move on. It's not with any malice. You ask me a question, I'm giving you the answer. But if you don't come with the whole, well, I'm not sure. Well, all that. If you don't come with that first and make them feel superior, or like you feel intimidated because of the question, no matter who it comes from, they don't like that. They don't like that you just, got to the meat and potatoes of what they're asking without any fear. And I've been through it so many times, and probably like you have. I would leave. This was earlier on in my life. I would leave once I'm sensing the energy of, the environment that changed because I just answered the question that they asked me. I'm thinking, what the hell did I just say? What did I say wrong? Because the energy in the room becomes even darker. And I've learned over the years it's because I don't have any fear. And it's not to say that I'm this strong guy, at the time, and I don't fear anything. No, I didn't understand, according to their thinking, I was supposed to be intimidated. It goes back to that schoolboy mentality I once had. It's like, you're going to steal that? That's not yours, that's hers, kind of thing. It's still a naivety. It still is a naivety, and I brought that on into my adulthood, to where they would ask me a question, I would give them an answer, and now I'm left feeling like I've done something wrong. But if you don't fluff up their ego, although you already come with a different type of energy, they want to suppress your energy and come across as superior, and they will sabotage you and try to bring you down to their level and act as if they are above you whenever you don't give them what they want with, acts of intimidation or dancing around their questions or acting in the way that most people will. They're not used to you. They're not used to you. For instance, whenever it's like, I work a job, you work a job. We get a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 weeks off of work a year. Nowhere in the handbook or the rule book does it say we have to take our given vacation time according to their time. I understand everybody can't take, the week of Thanksgiving and Christmas off. Somebody's got to be here, and you gotta, schedule things to where it's fair. I understand that part, but at the same time, there's a system that was set throughout my working adult history. to where people felt compelled to ask for time off. I need to put in for time off. I need to ask for time off. I don't ask. I've never asked. No, I will let you know this is the dates I'm taking off. And whatever you got to do to work around that and make it fit for my absence, that's on you, because I get, 4 weeks off a year. People flipped completely out because I put in to take a month off. And this was during a time, even on this project, I was exhausted and I didn't know if I was going to last here. And so I put in for a month off. That's my time. It's not, look, you don't dictate how I take my time off. And buddy, that was a problem. And what I'm saying is not about, it's more about me being in control of myself and the energy that I have and the energy that they're not used to. They're not used to someone not tiptoeing around and, asking or begging or trying to contort to make someone else feel superior, that they have something that belongs to you, but they're in control of it. It's that energy that I'm talking about. And if you don't give that to them, they will cause problems, because, and this is just an example of me wanting to take a month off, 4 weeks off. Those 4 weeks I get paid for, that's my time. And I use my time as I see fit, with the superficial fairness that needs to be in place. Again, like I say, everyone can't be off at the same time. But if it fits, that's my time. But by me not asking or coming with my hat in hand, they really made it a problem for something that actually belongs to me. I'm giving these examples about energy. It's really about energy. People will make problems for you because you have a different energy. People will hate you because you function on a higher energy frequency. And it's natural. Now you're getting the gist of what you may be going through or have gone through. There's nothing wrong with you. In fact, most is right with you. The only hang up was, for me, was the time I was going through the naivety stage. The stage to where I just didn't understand. Everybody doesn't think the same. Everybody just doesn't quite understand what you understand. You can be speaking plain English or whatever language you speak, and you may as well be speaking a foreign language, because they just don't get it. It's not about what you're saying. It's about your energy. It's about their energy. It's about the comprehension. You don't treat people bad. You don't lie on people. You do your job. You don't try to sabotage, and everything will work out fine, because the objective here is to get a thing done collectively. The objective here is to be able to go into a place of work and honestly look forward to it, versus what is common these days across any industry is you dread Monday morning, because you got to go in and deal with these idiots. You got to go in, and now you have to pretend to be something else, not necessarily them, but you want to pretend to be a recluse, even at your job. You just want to fade away. You just want to go away. You just don't want to have to talk to anybody or deal with anyone, because their energy is so opposite or opposed to yours, and you theirs. People lay awake at night just like you because of some superficial confrontation, because people are in competition with you. You're not in competition with them. They are in competition with you. People like you and I, we just want to make a difference in the world. We want to make a difference in our work environments. But we don't, and we can't, because every good idea that you have is the worst idea ever. Every way you function is stupid to them. But they will wait a couple of days, a week, a month, or a little bit of time, thinking that you're so stupid. And what they rejected is now what they're implementing, and they will act like it's their grand idea, although you know that's what you said yesterday. You know that's what you said a week ago. I've had experiences. I could say something, they would boldly disagree. And in the same breath, they would revise what I just said and repeat it in a remix as if it came from them. But it's like, I just said that. You want to make a difference. And you do. There will come a time to where you're able to make a difference and people are glad that you're there. But that time is probably not right now. The only thing that is right now, opposed to what I just said, is you do make a difference. Your presence makes other people have to work harder so that your light that shines brightly automatically doesn't outshine them, although it does. You likely work in an environment of copycats that hate you and hate everything about you. They hate the air that you breathe, but they want to be you. They want to be you so much because you expose what they are not. You bring to the environment something fresh, something new, something that's positive, and you do make a difference because now they got to try to play keep up. So they copy you. They'll take your ideas and remix it as if it's their own ideas. This happens to me even to this day, all the time. And people think I forget. But the humility is, I may not ever get credit, and that's fine. But if you have a spiritual sense to make a difference, you do. But it doesn't look like what you thought it would. You make a difference because you make these people better by them trying to actually be you. That sounds so arrogant, but it's the truth. And there's nothing you can do about it except for own it and become better for yourself so that you will have more to give and, honestly speaking, more for them to keep up with. Superficially, I like to wear collared shirts. I like to wear nice hats. I even like to wear, a nice watch, and I have quite a few nice watches. I like to come in clean because I've learned a long time ago in my career, it's almost like dress for success. It's kind of like that. It sounds like a cliche, but it's the truth. If you come in clean and dressed nice, even in this field of construction, you get more respect, and people don't know what you don't know. People don't know what you know. People will automatically assume that you're up here, and you are because you present yourself as such. So that's what you are. And whenever you have the wisdom and the knowledge to back it up, but yet the humility to say, I don't know, people still respect you, and they respect you more. But not the people in your office. They absolutely hate you because you understand this. They hate you because they know that there's a newness and a freshness about you and your energy that is going to shine a light on what they are not. I keep saying that. But now they're going into the realm of hating you more because they have to do more. They don't know how to get to where you are, so they just copy you. And they hate that they copy you because now they have to put in energy and work. Now, I mentioned something about the way I dress in my watch and whatnot, even my beard. This is the superficial part, but they still want to be you. When I first came, it was ball caps. It was t-shirts dirty, hanging out. It was just regular whatever. But it wasn't a month of me being on this project. Everybody started wearing collared button-up shirts. Everybody started wearing, going out and buying a nice watch to wear. Everybody started wearing hats and different things. And I've noticed it before in my life, and it sounds so crazy to say, but I'm just going to say it anyway. I believe you guys can understand my heart and where I'm coming from, that you are a trend setter. You make the difference. You make people want to be you. I have had good ideas, the way I created schedules or the way I went about creating reports. It's like art for me, because I love art, and it is just honestly clever, and it's easy to understand. It looks good. It's pleasing to the eye. It's comprehensible. And things that I've done that people disagreed with and said it was stupid, but next news they're doing the exact same thing. This just happened. I created a schedule because I had to be out and take some classes. And I gave it to the guys, that needed to know the days that I would be out for class. And it was just like snark remark of, no, I see what you're trying to do. The operative word, trying. In my mind, I didn't challenge it, but I was like, I'm not trying to do anything. I am doing this for you so that everybody is aware of what's going on. And it was a very clever, calendar way. No one's doing that for that. They'll just say, hey man, I'm going to be out this day, this day, this day, but I created something so it will be easy for people to have. And this is just a small little superficial example. And the energy behind the very first person I gave it to was like, it was nothing. It was nothing. But translation for me is, oh, you like that. Oh, you think that's clever. Oh, you think that's a good idea and something that we should do. And that was true because exactly what I presented is exactly what he presented just this past week. I guess I just want to say there's so many layers to understanding environments, and I'll just keep it in the realm of your work environment. But the main thing is to understand you. The main thing is to be able to know where you fall short or know things that you didn't quite understand. And once you understand them, the whole world opens up. Even like the example I gave you, it took me up until about 35 to really understand not everyone thinks alike, to really understand that most people really don't understand. It took me a long time to understand that. I was on the opposite end of it. But ever since I started to understand that, I started using that wisdom to my advantage. And believe me, it took some work. It took some years. It took up until my 40s to really get it to where I control me. I can contort someone else's energy to work in my favor now. Manipulation has a bad stigma to it. But if you don't learn that there's positive manipulation, there's positive influencing, you won't understand that you actually do function in a realm of manipulation. But it's a positive manipulation to where you can get some things done, or you can be satisfied and keep your peace. And I'll get into more of that at another time, but there's nothing wrong with you. If people hate you, that means you're doing something right. If people really, really hate you, you're doing a whole lot right. And you're making them uncomfortable, and you're also making change. Keep doing what you're doing. You don't have to be phony and fake and in people's faces and trying to make people like you. Just keep doing you. You're doing just fine. If people are not hating your energy, that means your energy is either dimming down or you're in an environment with the same positive energy as yours. We will get to that place, but you have to go through the lessons of understanding your energy vibration, understanding there will be no reciprocity right now, and also understanding that you are making a difference right now. You may not be able to make a difference in the way you thought you would. You may not find gratitude in your workplace, but your existence is not in vain. Your presence is making the change you didn't expect. I'm out of time, but here is a clip of what to expect in the next episode of the Un-convoluted Hierarchy Podcast. One of my favorite books I've read a few times and referred to as needed is titled The Subtle Art of Not Giving a by Mark Manson. The title says it all, but there are boundaries to it. This book is loaded with triggers that will make you feel silly, shallow, and even angry for investing any amount of time, energy over and over again on things that hasn't changed for years. It is easier to keep up with new episodes when you click the follow button and turn on notifications. Remember, my fellow navigators, circumstances don't change. You do. See you next time.